Good afternoon, folks. How are we going? It is another session of the Downunder cruises, and yes, today, unfortunately, I'm traveling solo. She who must be obeyed, the most gorgeous, delectable, beautiful wife of mine, Ilana, is out updating her first aid training today. She's doing provide advanced life support, which is dealing with oxygen and so forth. So I'm traveling solo, so it's lovely to have you in the chat, and also we'll be having some guests come on board shortly. One of them when they just finish wrapping up their live, and the other one when they decide to join on board. So going back in the chat, let me start off by saying hello to the first comers. Puppy the cat, yes, happy today, which is your yesterday, which is we're in the future. So welcome on board, Puppy. Nice to see you. And you were number one on board, followed very closely by Ilana Cantor. Hey, Ilana, how you going? Nice to see you. Also in the chat, we've got Dewey popped up. Good day to you, sir. Good afternoon, Dewey. Nice to have you on board. Larry, nice to see you, but what comment? Because you're number 4 in the chat, so give us your comment. We've got Puppy the cat saying today is over, now it's tomorrow. You bet it's tomorrow. Hey, welcome, Malcolm from over the ditch. Malcolm saying, hey there, everyone, and good day to the West Islanders. Well done on the 2001 Grey Buttons. Why, thank you, sir. Yes, we have hit over 200. That's an awesome milestone. And so how is our 7th state going these days? Midlife Crazy, welcome on board. Do me a favor, guys. Keep McNaughty under wraps, would you, please? That would be really great. Blaine, good on you, Blaine. One thing I can say for you, mate, is at least you come on faster with us than you do with that Us and More crowd. Teach Dwight a thing or 2 or 3 or 4. A few people saying hi in the chat. Oh, another one on the chat there, sailing away with TNK. G'day, TJ, and that gorgeous wife of yours, Kayla. How are you guys going? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Stud McNaughty again. Yes. Okay, good. She's not here, so get lost. Oh, well, let me, I don't kick anybody off. Let me bring on some guests who we've had before. More, how you going, guys?
Hi.
What's up?
Great show.
Thank you.
Heather and Angel show.
Really? Did you see how big I was?
I saw. That's a very big,
no, it's fine.
That's a very big stick you've got there, Dwight.
Yes, that's what all the ladies say.
Well, yeah, okay. Hey, let's just bring back let's start McNaughty there, right? That's what I'm. Yes, okay. Let's leave him out of the picture. Just running along the chat very quickly.
So McNaughty says, "Hello, Heather."
Yeah, I know. That's why I tried to get away from him real quick. Some people in the chat saying hello there. Now, wait a minute. I got lost for a second. Okay, there we go. Because this chat races up when people come on board.
Now that I'm not, I can not be so nice. So be like, hi.
Good on
Malcolm is saying 7th state is all good. South Island is better than the North. Yeah, I would agree with that one. South Island is very pretty. And we've got another couple on board here. Terrific to see. How you guys going?
Hi.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Hello.
Welcome. And thanks for joining us today. Even though it was at very short notice, but I got some questions for you, young Mr. Bill. I think you're gonna enjoy the chat. I'm just running through the chat very quickly. A few people saying hello to each other. Malcolm giving us a run for our money, which is what we deserve. Rally Creative. Blaine is saying to everybody out there in the chat, make sure you hit those thumbs up And oh no, guys,
Hi, Malcolm.
Lessex is back.
Oh,
And thank
boy.
God he says it's only me, so he's going too, right? So we've got rid of
Because further
the two
down,
instigators.
further down in the chat, he actually makes a very funny comment.
Does he? You mean this one here? Taking gas station chemicals before it leaves now? Yeah, that's right. Awesome. All right. Couple of things. Puppy the cat's also saying hi to you guys, asking how.
Hi, puppy.
Okay, so good on you coming on board with us, Bill.
No problem.
How are you recovering with Lucy getting ready for that place down south?
Oh, the M word?
That word.
Yes. So far, she's been calm today. She's done some shopping.
I get that she spends a little bit too much with To Travel and Tour.
Yes.
In Kimberly's short, quiet voice.
Yes. Kimberly's a little excited. Now, I don't think Lucy's as bad as Kimberly, but they're going sooner.
Give it time.
Yes,
Yeah.
give it another week, and Lucy will be the same way, especially when they come back. And I believe Sharon at Sea left today, too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who else went with them?
They went to Cabo. I knew the Fields went with
Yeah,
them.
the Fields. They also went with them, too.
Oh, that's awesome. So quite a few have gone on that down. Well, here's the thing, you see. We Aussies are really, really jealous. Reason being, we can't get out of our borders. And in actual fact, in our state, we're still in lockdown, so we can't get anywhere. So when we hear about you guys traveling all around the world, like Mexico, we ourselves get a little bit on the jealous side and say, well, why can't that happen to us? Now, unfortunately, last week or the week before, Malcolm will bear me out on this one, New Zealand went into a bit of a lockdown. Auckland went into a lockdown for a few days because they had a family of 4 that had that unmentionable virus. So we are envious of you guys being able to travel. And the pictures that are coming back from, I believe, Nurse Nancy's tripping around the world again.
Mm-hmm.
That's another incredible thing, you guys tripping around the world.
Well, we are allowed around certain states. We're not sure if we have to quarantine when we come back or not, but they're not very strict about it. So Lucy's job might be strict, but mine's not. So we'll see what happens when we come back. But we're going no matter what. So
without guys like you, Bill, we wouldn't get anything. So thank you for your service, mate.
Yeah, they need us. Everybody else got off work. We were told we had to go to work.
And we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Here we go. Malcolm's got a statement for you. Malcolm says, hashtag Bill the Mafia Boss.
Yes, I saw that. Hi, Malcolm.
Stud McNaughty. Oh, Lucy's here.
Hey,
You're not allowed to talk to her, Stud. You're off limits.
Hey, Bill, I'm with you, mate. That Stud McNaughty was just
bad influence.
Oh, really bad influence.
She was funny, only Mexico one size. We build a wall and then we fly over it.
Don't worry, I'll shut the door on the way back.
Let's see, Ferguson goes down south. He's back. Okay. There was one from Malcolm that I saw there. Yeah, Malcolm says, is Mexico the only place the US people can go to? Good question.
No. We
That
can
would be a
go
question for her.
to Jamaica, but you have to take a test. And you're like quarantined to your resort until the results are in. And the Dominican Republic is starting to open up to Americans as well.
Puerto Rico, too.
Well, I mean, that's a U.S. territory, but.
Talking about travel, what do you guys
But
think about
those places still require tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we were looking into the Virgin Islands? U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what the regulations are with the Virgin Islands yet. But.
They require tests as well.
Talking about travel, guys, what do you think about the MSC Meraviglia doing its trip around Genoa and so forth?
All I heard was it was going. I haven't heard any more about it. I know it's up and it went last Saturday, correct?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything else about it.
The Grandoisia or whatever it's called, right? The one in the
Yeah.
Mediterranean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
the Meraviglia-
excited for it to come back into
Now the Meraviglia is going to be in the United States, right?
yeah, I don't know where it is right now. It will in February. I can tell you it's going to be in Miami.
We're supposed to be on it, but
Yes.
The Grandosio, they had.
Oh, the Great Ocean, that's right.
Yeah, they had a family passengers that were not allowed to reboard the ship.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that in one of the cruise magazines, and they were saying that they had a family there on board that decided not to follow the standard requirements for the going on excursions and so forth. And I honestly, I believe that's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah, we did a video on that.
Yeah, it's a good thing to actually stick to the rules right now. I think.
It's simple. All you gotta do is follow the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to change cruising. You're kind of in a bubble, and if you leave that bubble, they're not letting you back in the bubble.
Yeah.
So that's how they described it. And for us, we like taking excursions without going through the cruise company.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to change stuff for us, if that's the way it's going to be in the future. So we'll see.
But I think it needs to be that way for now, at least.
Yeah.
Until things get under
Until they come
control.
back to scratch.
And I think we all need to be understanding to that as far as like following.
One of the things that we like to do when we get to cruise ports, a lot of times we don't do excursions, but we love to go bargain shopping. So we'll go out and we'll go past the port area and go into the city area and do some bargain shopping. But that's not going to be allowed when cruising starts back up.
No, you got to stay in that bubble.
Yeah.
Let me just go back into the chat for a second. Larry at Plum Travelers says, same as in Canada. Canada, you can't leave the borders either. We've got Sherry Awesome coming on board and saying hi to everybody.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Puppy the Cat makes a comment there to say, funny enough, only Mexico wants you. Well, you know what? Australia would be happy to take anybody on board provided they go into quarantine. I like Puppy's next comment. She goes, we build a wall and fly over it. And that kind of puts an interesting concept to things. Okay, so and just a few more people saying hi to each other in the chat, so that's good. Just to move on to another topic, there was another comment in this magazine that was talking about travel insurance. And one of the things that they were saying was that there was a heart attack victim, an Aussie heart attack victim. They were doing a trip between Adelaide and some other Australian city, and they got caught with a medical bill for 25 grand because they were out in the middle of nowhere and they had to get picked up by the armed forces, whatever, in the helicopter and helicoptered back. What's your opinion on insurance?
Insurance should cover that.
I
don't know.
Most travel insurance does cover medical evacuation, and I never ever travel without.
Yeah, we won't leave home without it.
Because you never know.
Excuse me. I don't believe that anybody should leave home without it, to be quite honest.
I think for the M trip, it was like an extra $190.
No, it was over 200, but well worth
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But the
we're
question
getting older. Somebody's getting older, so we got to be careful.
what? She's turning 22. One of the things is get the insurance. That's fine, but make sure it covers everything that you need, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In this case, these guys did actually get insurance through a a credit union. The insurance was for the travel, but it wasn't for all. They had a pre-existing condition, and they didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, there's 3 different categories.
Yeah.
Usually, and she gets the best.
Actually, I get the one for the trip itself. I don't care. I'll take a credit, but I get the one with the best medical coverage.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's really for.
If you see some of the hospitals in some of these countries, you
Yeah.
don't want to end up in there.
No.
So they have to move the chickens out of the way for you to get into the hospital. So that was in Roatan. And that's God's honest truth. In front of the hospital, emergency room, there was chickens.
Oh, really? Must have been a pluck of a day. Larry was saying had to use medical insurance before and never leave without it. That seems to be the consensus there, everybody. Yeah, so, Bill, you've been, how many cruises have you been on?
I've only been on 2.
So what was your first one?
Carnival Conquest to Eastern Caribbean.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was your most memorable?
Probably that one, because it was my first one, and it was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with their private island. I could live there. It was. I've always liked the ocean. We had a boat. It's just something I've always liked is the water. And once we got into the crystal clear blue water, it was just unbelievable. And if it was up to me, we'd be moving. But she won't let me yet. So,
What's your background?
my background
Mm-hmm.
with
What, this background?
Yeah.
oh, green
Cozumel.
wall.
Mexico!
We could have guessed, right?
Like Martini, she has to explain it.
Ronnie says insurance is a good thing. He's just too cheap to buy it. Yeah, well, you get what you pay for.
It's not bad, but like I don't think we've ever been offered like insurance like that. We've been offered travel insurance and we've had it before, but it was more like for the trip part.
If you go through a travel agent, they actually recommend that you get it.
They've recommended we get like the travel insurance for like like your trip is canceled type thing. But
A lot of those policies do have the medical rider on them. But I honestly, before I was a travel agent, I used to just get my own insurance. Like I would Google travel insurance, and then I forget the website. You can go on, and you can say what what you want insurance for, and then they'll send you like 10 different quotes, and then you just pick the one that most fits what you need. And it's honestly, I think the last time I did it that way, I think I paid $125 for all 4 of us to be covered, and it covered like if my luggage was lost or stolen, if the trip was delayed, and medical evacuation as well.
Hey Lucy, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Can I ask you to grab a couple of cushions, because the name tag that you've got is hiding your face.
I was thinking that too.
And unless you don't want us to see your gorgeous face, it would be great if you could just
Just pillows. You want
I can go grab a pillow.
I'll get them.
You go.
Malcolm said the last trip to Europe he did for a month, did it without insurance, just never got around to organising it. I don't know about you, Malcolm, but I would say that was a lucky trip.
Couple of telephone books,
We don't have those things anymore.
I know.
She's a
I
big
missed those
kid
telephone
now.
books.
Is that kind of
Oh, that's better. Woohoo!
He just wants to see your cleavage.
Shut up. That's naughty. Okay, so we all have the consensus that insurance is the right thing to do. My question now is, how do you decide what insurance to go for?
Well, I know at a younger age, well, I was always, whenever we went anywhere, Disney World or wherever, I was the cheap one. And I would say we don't need it. As we get older, and I've been in and out of the hospital for, 3 times in the last 3 years, that now it's more of a necessity. Like all these trips for Mexico, the advertisements were for $1,400, and ours ended up being like $2,100 when we were said and done. But we got like a nonstop flight, and we got the best insurance. It's just something. As you're younger, you're looking for your trip to get your money back on your trip and your lost luggage, that kind of stuff. You're not as concerned about ending up in the hospital, unless you're like on a zip line or something like that. But as you get a little bit older, once you're past the 45, 50 mark, is when you start looking at ended up in one of these countries in a hospital. Her parents are probably the ones that really brought it to light to us, because they're in their mid-60s and they're starting to travel to, they want to travel to these places before they can't travel to them. They went to the Arctic Circle, they did Alaska, and they did some pretty rough excursions, but they also realized that they're not getting any younger. And if even in the Arctic Circle, if they have to medevac you out of there, it's going to cost you some money.
Yeah, it sure does.
All they have to do is get you to, I believe it's an American hospital. It can be military, right?
It's American soil. That's what they guarantee.
Which could be an embassy.
I think they actually will take you to the States.
To the actual States?
No, to the 48.
Okay.
So, Le Sex is usually sneaking in lifeboat number 3, so insurance isn't an option for him.
When you're somebody's like TJ's age, you don't really have to worry about getting the help.
No, that's right. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. The worst thing that's going to happen to him, he's going to hit his head because he passed out drunk.
Yep, that's right. Malcolm says
but I will say,
that.
hold on. A heart attack can hit anybody of any age.
Yes, true.
That's true.
Malcolm
says that's better now. She doesn't look like she's looking over a hedge. And by the way, folks, did everybody notice the T-shirt that Heather was wearing before she walked out?
I was letting the cat out.
Oh, you're letting the cat out. Okay, there you go. Everybody noticed the T-shirt? But I quite like the T-shirt, right?
I can't really see it. I'm assuming it's
her business. It's her business teaching first aid. So.
Yes, that's the one she held up last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So she's been a busy girl. Puppy the Cat says, I'll get to her in a second. Radley says, good point. Sherry Creative. Great advice to have access to the best insurance providers for your needs. Puppy said she gets insurance from Royal, but would also use her regular health insurance if needed. And what Blaine was commenting on was Sherry's statement, discuss your options with your favorite travel agent. TJ was saying he's accident prone, so he can anyway. I can fully understand why TJ would be accident prone, messing with that nefarious character of his. And Sherry goes, yes, really creative. Okay, now something that's a little bit more interesting and dear to my heart was there was a ship that was docked in Sydney, the Ruby Princess, which everybody has laid blame to the fact that the Ruby Princess was 100% responsible for every single person getting the horrible, terrible virus down here. There was a colonial inquiry that has just wrapped up, and in the wrap-up, the authorities in that inquiry have come to the conclusion that the Ruby Princess is actually faultless, but that the New South Wales government are totally responsible for all the errors that occurred and the influx of the virus into Australia. So, Ruby Princess, people are saying that heads should roll. And I can say that I'm not disagreeing with that statement to some extent. But the good news is the Ruby Princess has been cleared. What are your thoughts, guys?
I mean, I think that's probably a good thing for the cruising community, or
Absolutely.
the cruise lines as a whole.
Yep.
Especially Princess, because they really took a hit, not just with that ship, but several others that were kind of stuck at sea and no one wanted to let the passengers off. And
Correct.
I don't think you can really blame anybody for this. It's a worldwide thing.
That
Yeah.
was the one that allowed all the people to take lifeboats back to Australia.
Actually, the Ruby docked in, and the authorities at the time just said walk in. Didn't bother testing anybody or quarantining anybody. It was straight after the Diamond Princess, and so didn't follow protocols properly, or there were no protocols actually put in place.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was all new then.
Yep.
It was going to get there somehow, some way. You know,
No,
it was going to get there. So how it got there, it really doesn't matter. It was going to. It got to every country in the world. So it was going to get there.
Except New Zealand.
Except New Zealand,
all right, that's
Yeah.
the second reason for me to move to New Zealand.
no snakes and
No snakes,
yes.
and they're not
Well,
having
New
a problem
Zealand,
with this.
New Zealand is easy, right? There's just a whole bunch of sheep there and only about 4 million people. Oh, yeah, and Malcolm. I forgot about Malcolm.
You become a Kiwi.
Happily, they don't have snakes. I fell in love with the idea of it as soon as I
I got a
learned that.
snake. I'll show you my snake.
We've seen the snake.
But the problem is they drive on the wrong side of the road.
No.
Again, Dwight. Again.
And I don't
Grow
know
up, mate.
Go ahead, 300 seconds.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we have this argument always. The driver is on the correct side of the car, which happens to be the right side of the car.
As long as the driver's in the middle of the road, it doesn't matter what country you're in.
Correct. I'm with you there.
Yes. As long as you keep your body in the middle of the road, it doesn't matter where you're at.
Exactly. All right. Now, where was it? Because this thing keeps jumping up and down. Malcolm was saying that they don't need health insurance in New Zealand. The government provides it for free. To some extent, New Zealand is a lot like Australia. Australia doesn't have has a two-tiered health system. We got free health, but then also if you want to get served a lot quicker.
Is there a dog whining?
Yeah, it's a big baby.
Oh, give it a lick for me.
We're not paying attention to her.
Yeah.
That's part of the show.
Puppy the Cat says that she works for a major health insurance company for 30 years or so and get her best health insurance from her employer. Sherry also says on our tour of Bahamas, I think they said they were the same way as they are in New Zealand.
Now, will they cover you if you're abroad?
No, you've got to get insurance for the
So
abroad.
if you're overseas, you're on your own, right?
Yep, that's right. But in New Zealand soil or on Australian soil, you're covered. Anybody's got access. Blaine says, true, but it's taxes high or not really? I asked because I'm sure you end up paying for it eventually by year's end. Yes, income tax does pay for it, but on the other hand, when you're paying for it, the cost of our taxes and the cost of our medical health is nowhere near as high as what you have in the States. 'Cause you guys pay through the nose, right?
Pay like $600 a month.
That's just you.
Yeah, well, me and the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry says they pay for it in Canada. Yeah, but Larry, you guys have got my sympathies. You've got that big mob down south, so yeah, and a bit of it on the north. So you guys have my sympathy, right?
To the thing.
She licked my hand.
Raleigh says he has a snake as well. Lane, don't get rude. And Malcolm is agreeing with me that we
Did somebody say broad?
Nothing's against you.
Malcolm is saying that they only have one spider that can kill, and that's it. And then we've got Stud. Yep. Okay. Malcolm is saying that they have a reciprocal agreement with us in Oz. So anybody's treated in Australia, any Australian citizen is treated in New Zealand, they get the same rights as a New Zealand citizen treated in Australia.
Are you guys allowed to go to New Zealand, or are they
Not right now.
closed right now?
Not right now.
That doesn't help you then, does it?
Well, if I was in Queensland, I could travel between Australia and New Zealand if New Zealand let me in. But being in Victoria, the state of Victoria down south, we're still on lockdown, so we can't even go 6 kilometres away from home.
Have they eased up any of it? I know last week you said you were allowed out for an hour?
Yeah, that's right.
It's still the same?
It's still the same. We're done for 6 weeks.
Wow, 6 weeks.
Yep. 15th of September, I believe, or 13th of September is when they expect to have a look and think, well, whether we go for it or not. Stay as we are or change.
Wow.
We kill each other.
Trust me, that's why I'm doing her course.
Hey, where do you think Alana is right now?
See, I'd be worried Lucy would actually probably kill him. She knows how to hide the body.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, right. Moving right along. Back in the chat, Sherry Olsen says she thinks it's Bahamas said their free healthcare is only for their citizens.
That would make sense.
Yep. And Larry was freaking out at your $600 a month.
That's without dental. You got to add the dental in too.
I pay almost that just for myself.
Yeah.
It's crazy, the price of health insurance here.
Larry was saying when he was working, Kay paid $67 a month. Jeez. K means I think. A misspelling by... Yeah, spell check has been getting in the way of everything again.
Does that.
Yeah. So, Bill, where's your next trip besides Mexico?
We are MSC in February.
Yep.
So, and I think we still have one deposit on Virgin.
Yep.
That we have not set a date yet.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, we were actually talking to we had guests on the other night, the cruise dorks, and we want to try and get together with them and do something. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah, they like to cruise different kind of cruise lines too. They're not into just Carnival.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Which MSC ship are you on?
The Maraviglia?
Maraviglia or something like that. Neil was trying to teach us how to say it.
Maravilla.
That would.
The G is kind of pronounced as a Y.
It took me, when we went on the Davina, it took me a week to learn how to say Davina.
Yeah, I might know how to say it by the time we're like disembarking.
Tell Americans are on board.
Puppy the cat says she's kind of lucky during all this. She lives alone, just her and Puppy the cat. Do not think he will kill me unless Lucy tells him to.
Just remember, a cat will eat you before a dog.
Depends on the
You
dog.
know that.
We know a lot of stuff in Jersey.
It's true.
So what about you? What about you guys? Are some more? What's your next trip?
September the 5th, right?
Yeah, the 5th, we're heading to Orlando to a resort.
Awesome.
So hopefully that'll be a week. So hopefully we have some things to do there.
And it was already rescheduled once.
Yeah, it was rescheduled once. We were supposed to go in June, but it got canceled. So we rescheduled it for September.
Pretty fine because the one in June we were only going to go for like what 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's just like a long weekend.
So this time we have like what 8 days.
Yeah, we're there from Saturday to the very next Sunday.
So that'd be cool. And we're gonna hopefully meet up with the degenerates when we get there.
Nice.
And hopefully, and anybody else who wants to like mosey up that way. So
What's after September?
December.
December, if it goes, it'll be the Oasis of the Seas.
I don't think it will.
It's
So
supposed to be our birthday trip for both of us. But
So we had a look at Princess because we were booked on New Year's, right about New Year's Eve to go tripping out and to the South Pacific, and we noticed that all their cruises now, the next one they talk about is February. Nothing up until then. So cruises are being shut down left, right, and centre still.
yeah,
And I don't think that we in Australia are going to be moving anywhere before July, I reckon.
I don't think the December one's going to go, but I'll let them cancel the trip.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my move.
We haven't paid for our we're not paying like for our February until the due date. If they haven't canceled it by then. We made the mistake with Carnival. We paid for it in full, and we didn't take the cruise credit. We took the refund, but now we have to wait for the refund.
Yeah.
So,
And apparently the refunds are taking fairly long, right?
Yeah.
I've heard different, stories from different
That's
people.
true.
Some people got it in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's
So it depends on how you paid for it. If you use Carnival gift cards, you're getting back Carnival gift cards, which we did on our first one.
Mhm.
You could buy a Carnival gift card, $100 gift card for $90, and you save some money that way.
Yep.
But they're refunding you gift cards. This one I think went on your credit card.
Oh
right?
yeah. Mhm.
So they would just refund her credit card.
So back in the chat, Sherry Awesome says Orlando sounds nice, which is nice. Malcolm is saying October for him all the way to New Zealand, to Wellington, a 37-minute flight away, but on the other island. Well, Malcolm, you are going overseas, but at least you're going to the capital of that country.
Let's put it this way: anything away from these four corners
Yeah,
is
with you there. I'm with you there. Puppy the Cat's asking, did Asimov say you'd be going on Oasis in September 2021?
No, December 2020,
And Cherry Awesome,
if it goes.
yep. Cherry Awesome says if this MSC does as well as they are, they're planning on sailing from the US in November.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean, if they start up, the CDC allows it, and they start up in November, I think other cruise lines are going to follow suit.
Okay, so I have a question for everybody. If they came back and said, okay, everybody can start cruising, and because everything's going great, but you have to get tested, would you get tested?
Sure thing. But for me, it's pointless.
Okay, Lucy, Bill, was you?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. What
What,
about you?
tested?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get tested to go to Mexico, honestly.
No.
So-
No, but you can be asymptomatic. That's so you can feel fine, seem fine, and be put on indefinite lockdown.
Yeah.
Because I guess if you're asymptomatic, you're like a carrier. I'm speaking out of turn because I don't know for sure.
In our case, I need a permit to walk out the front door. So putting on the garbage, I need a passport. So that's okay.
I'm sure I've been exposed already, so.
You got to have a mask on to go to your mailbox.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Larry says that they're booked on for February 2021. Which ship, Larry? Give us a rundown. Start McNaughty, I better let him have a word. He's saying hello to Life is Good Today. Enough of the pleasantries. Where's Miss Selma? Yeah, okay. Life is Good Today is saying that she's laying on the bed. Well, that's too much.
Oh God!
Just open that one up.
It's going down a bad one.
Hey, Philip, welcome on board. Philip says when you're when you book a cruise, they want the deposit in 3 days. Yeah, that's about right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it
But
works.
then you don't have to pay till you can like wait till the last day to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or you can pay it monthly.
Yep. Ilana's saying, still hoping maybe somehow we'll be able to visit Orlando in September of 2021. Yeah, Ilana's a Disney nut. She wants to go to Disney.
Me too.
She and the family, all they want to do is go to Disney. And I'm trying to get them to go ahead and try and book a Disney cruise and see how they go.
You're probably cheaper going on the cruise. Ugh.
Sherry Olsen says 155 days till her next group cruise with Alana, Explorer of the Seas to Coco Cay and Labadee. Anybody else going on that? Anybody in the chat?
Is that the one out of California?
Mm-mm.
No. No, we're not going with that.
No, but we're going on the Mardi Gras next Halloween with Lolita Loca. That'll be fun.
Stud McNaughty's getting his dirty deeds in. He's telling Ronnie to take a walk. Bloody hell. Malcolm is saying it's 9 months since he last had his passport stamped. 9 months? Bloody hell. I wish it was
on your
9 months.
passport stamp, or is he talking about something else?
That's what I'm thinking. Is it a boy or a girl?
No, not that way for Malcolm. Wrong timing for him, unfortunately. But Malcolm is a bit of a traveller. He was due to come to Melbourne as well, but unfortunately, with this lovely thing, it's not happening. Folks, as time is travelling down, we're down to, we've been in the chat for over 40 minutes. What I'm going to ask everybody out there who is a creator, #creator, please, so we can promote you out there. And also I want to talk about Cruisathon that's starting tonight, our time at 1 a.m., which is 11 o'clock 11 o'clock tonight, your time. Is that right? Am I got the day right or wrong?
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Yeah. So that'll be, forget about the time change. But anyway, the Cruisathon runs and we finish off at the tail end. You guys are all on the Cruisathon, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
What's your time slot, Bill and Lucy?
12 noon.
9.
12 noon Eastern, which is 2 o'clock p.m. our time here. Oh, no, a.m. here. So,
Oh, wow.
sorry, guys. I
I
like
guess we
you.
won't see you in the chat.
We understand.
Asimov, what's your time schedule?
9 p.m.
9 p.m., which is 11 a.m. our time.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are on the hour before us, just like today. So it will be good to have everybody's company for that Cruisathon. It's going to be great. We're promoting the Live Place, which is a fantastic group chat website, or rather YouTube site, where all the channels are listed on board, and you can go ahead and just link in and watch the chat. I've seen some naughty head checking going on there. So Sherry also must have, sorry, not Sherry, I beg your pardon, Sherry, forgive me. It's Stud McNaughty must have said something.
He did. He said, I got my passport stamped 10 minutes ago.
Okay. I won't ask the next question. Sherry says, oh yes, you'll have to be tested. MSC and Royal have already said testing will be required.
Mm-hmm.
Ilana says, I wouldn't get tested, don't want to endanger others. Hang on, this chat has just raced. Malcolm, no problem as long as it's not something up my snout.
Yeah, I agree with that.
TJ, give me a brainstem test to get on the ship. Life is good. We are booked on the Carnival Legend, the 28th of February, 2021, out of Tampa. Puppy is saying, I'm more than willing to get tested. We'll get a vaccine as soon as one is available.
You go first.
Yep. Larry is saying Carnival Magic out of Miami, 27th of March. February 27th to March the 6th, I beg your pardon. Like Bill and Lucy, we aren't paying any, hoping they cancel. Yes, all right, you said that. Larry has gone with the hashtag creator, and I can tell you Larry has some incredible stuff there, particularly around Canada and around where he lives. I don't know if you guys have seen any of his stuff. Have you seen any of his videos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know if I have. I think we have.
I don't think we have.
Folks, you got to have a look. He's got some
definitely
exquisite country there. Exquisite country. Dewey Ski says he's booked on Azamara for Australia and New Zealand starting January and plan to come to Adelaide the week before to visit friends. But with all the talk of closed borders, I'm starting to feel very doubtful. I'm sorry to say this, Dewey, but be doubtful. We're in lockdown and we don't envisage that anybody's going to leave the country before early January, I think. So Sherry Awesome is saying that she's a creator. Life is Good Today is saying that they're a creator. Malcolm is saying stuck with naughty, different passport. Stud is saying creator of children I don't know about. Yep. Sherry Awesome, join us for the Live Place Cruiseathon. There is a link in our Facebook page if you go to the Downunder Cruises Facebook page, and if you're not already a member of the Facebook page, please join in and become one of our associates. Also, for those who have not yet hit that word that we're not allowed to mention, go ahead and do that, please. And also hit the bell button. Midlife is also saying that they're creators. Sailing Away is a creator. Dewey Ski is a creator. Blaine Early on our channel, not yours, us and more, is a creator. Larry, any links for what? Fill me in and we'll give you that. We'll organise the links to be put in for you. Puppy the Cat, Midlife Crazy, are you a creator? Yes, Midlife Crazy is a creator, believe it or not. Dewey Ski, as of tomorrow, I would have been tested 3 times in the last month. I can handle a test for a cruise anytime. Yeah, Ilana's one of those that loves to go out and get tested and then worries about it for the next 48 hours. Puts everybody under stress.
Supposedly they can find the results out in 4 hours now.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah.
Sherry Awesome says the Live Place Cruiseathon, August 22nd, starting 11 a.m. Dean, the Live Place is first up. MGM is at 12. Life is Good Today is at 1. Sherry Awesome at 2. 3:30 p.m. is Vito. Has anybody seen Raphael in the chat today?
He was picking up his kids the last time we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
He's always picking up his kids. She goes on and says, Midlife Crazy at 4, Sailing Away with T&K at 5, Rally Creative at 6, JNN at 7. Oh, JNN hasn't been in either. And by the way, JNN, if you're listening in the background, it's 12:48. Danny with the Griswolds at 8, us and more at 9, and we're on at 10. That's all Eastern Standard Time US, not Australia. So with Aussies, just add another cup of tea. Philip is saying, I'm just grateful this virus is not sexually transmitted. Yeah, McNaughty would agree with that one.
Who knows what McNaughty's got?
Yeah, that's true. Us and more are creators as well. Malcolm is saying, how can it start on Saturday? It's already Saturday. And I'm telling you, Malcolm, these guys are behind us. They're behind us in many ways, even driving on the wrong side of the road. Mm-hmm. Larry, you already mentioned to the creator side. Okay. So when you look at our chat in our Facebook page, you will see a link to the live place. But each one of the channels has got their own link added to it. So we've got a few of them listed here. We'll organize, if one of the moderators wouldn't mind, just putting a link to the live place, if that's possible. Okay, moving along. What did I tell you, JNN? So I gave you the time check. Where's yours? Larry gave it to me. Thank you very much, Larry. Let me see. Stud McNaughty says he would have been dead 9 months ago, buddy boy. That was after Malcolm's comment. Let's see. What else? There we go. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, TJ. That's the one you're looking for, Larry. www.theliveplace.com. That will give you access to all the live streams that are out and about. And if you want to put Plum Travelers on board there, well, you don't do a live yet, but do a live. Start doing lives, Larry. Larry, start doing lives. Do you agree? Larry should start doing live streams.
Where's Larry live?
In Canada. He's in Powell River.
You gotta give him a time slot.
He's West Coast time.
Okay. Late night.
Yep. So he could go in there and we'd moderate for him.
Yeah, there's no one on at 9 or at 10 o'clock on Friday, so.
Yep.
No, that's you.
Yep, I knew you'd do that to me. It's all right. It's okay. I can put you in 300 seconds. Oh, no, I can't. You're a moderator. Good. I'll fix that.
We can have Puppy the Cat and the, who was it, Plum Travelers?
Yeah, that's right.
They can do a mixed.
I'm like,
Puppy said she's not a creator either.
Plum Travelers
No, but now listen, guys, if you can get people like Tommy doing his streams at all hours of the night, or you can get people like the Whale, what is it, the Whale channel or whatever it is. They're running at all hours of the night, all
Fish
these other
tanks.
channels.
I had Lucy watching fish tanks.
Yeah.
All about tropical fish for like 3 hours. Yes.
All these channels that are operating 24 hours, then surely there is a time slot for everybody, because somebody around the world is awake and watching.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at us. It's lunchtime here, and you guys are about to get to bed. So, what can I say?
What time is it?
It's
Time 11 o'clock?
Our time now is 10 to 1.
I've been up for 19 hours.
Sherry is saying thank you all for being part of the live place cruisathon and website. Sherry, we'd say thank you for having us, because if it wasn't for organizations like that or channels like that, we wouldn't get a lot of airtime, and we wouldn't get a lot of people coming and watching. So thank you. Okay, so Larry's asking a very important question. What is a good time slot?
He's on West Coast time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's, I think, is it Montreal? Montreal's east side? Or is it Toronto? I can't remember.
Pacific time.
so like, what is
10
it?
o'clock's open except for what, Tuesdays?
10
And
o'clock
Fridays.
fine.
And
Tuesdays.
Friday. Well, yeah, Friday. Somebody's on Friday.
What about Tuesdays or Wednesdays at 10?
Tuesday's Nurse Nancy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And David Bird.
But like Wednesdays is good, and Mondays, unless Ship Show or Sharon goes late. But they're pretty good. If they know somebody's on after them, they'll get off.
I think Wednesdays.
probably.
Doesn't Blaine sometimes go to 10 on Mondays?
No, he
No,
always.
Danny's 10 on one Thursday.
On Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe it's Danny on Wednesday, something like that.
I know Blaine only
Chuck,
do.
there's an addendum. Larry says West Coast PST, so Pacific time.
There's a whole nother world out there too of West Coast people that I'm in bed. Like what EDC or E. Well, they don't go live though. But there are other channels that are outside of our community. Like Ship Life. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen him.
He's going to be on our show, not tomorrow, but the next live, which is 2 weeks.
JC's his name, isn't it?
Jay.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah. He's going to be our guest. So hopefully if we can figure it out. But he's actually trying to get to Europe right now to go on an MSC ship. So.
Well, he's a crew who he has been crew, and a lot of got some really good ones on.
TJ had a smart idea. He goes, he could check the live place for available times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would probably make sense.
That's true.
There you go, TJ, for being smarter than everybody else.
Puppy the Cat says she's surprised that we have not had over the 1K. We're both amazing. Thank you very much, Puppy. We really appreciate that. Spread the word, would you? Get your Puppy the Cat hitting that bell button too. That would be great. Sailing Away says he could check the live place, which is what we just said. Malcolm is saying, how many hours time difference East Coast to West Coast?
3 hours.
Blaine says, same here. Down Under and us and all should have, both of us should have over the K. We'd agree with that.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. What are you guys up to, Bill and Lucy?
1721.
You can just tell some of them to come our way.
Half of them we don't even know.
Yeah.
I have a small following on Facebook. That's how it all started.
Yeah, we've got 247 people on Facebook that follow us. And while I'm busy going on that, folks, we currently are waiting a shipment to come in of our merchandise. We've got a bunch of merchandise available from Teespring. If you look at the bottom of our of the stream, you'll see the Teespring link. Go in and have a look. If you like the mug, get it. If you like the face mask, get it. If you like the T-shirt, get it. If you don't like anything, bugger off. I mean, no, don't get it. But have a look and see what you like.
She said it was a 4 hour. All right,
Larry,
Shark, how is it 4 hours?
From East Coast Canada, 4 hours difference unless you're in Newfoundland, which is an extra 30 minutes further.
Like Maine is, parts of Maine are an hour ahead of Eastern. It's called Atlantic.
Get out of here.
You didn't know that?
No.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So if I'm late for work, I can go to
same with Canada. There's a portion of Canada that's an hour ahead of Eastern Standard Time.
Actually, it's 4 hours difference from Coast to Coast US, according to Sherry Olsen.
You just learned something new.
I learn something new every day being married to Lucy. Trust me.
Puppy,
Some stuff we can't talk about.
Yeah,
Puppy says, Sherry Olsen, travel. It is so fun to start watching when a channel is small and watch it grow.
Yeah.
We like being part of that process too, Puppy. If we didn't go through that process, we wouldn't iron out all the idiosyncrasies, and then we wouldn't be cocky because we'd know where we came from. At least that's the way I think.
Funny how you mentioned that. If you want to see from beginning to end of one of the channels that started this whole community, it would be tomorrow. We're going to have Lolita Loco on with us, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're starting from their first live, and we're going to show a little bit of how they grew and when they grew and where they're at today. And
Awesome.
it's kind of amazing that it all happened in 3 years to them.
Awesome. That would be a fantastic. Well,
I love Tony.
I'll catch your replay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just they're the first channel we actually watched, them and Adventures Ahead, and when we started watching them, they had been on 2 cruises, and it's just to watch where they've gone and where they're at right now in a matter of 3 years. It's
It's amazing.
a journey that like I think should be documented and shared.
Absolutely. I actually admire those two. You know, Tony and Jenny. I actually admire those two, where they've come from to where they are today, and the way they've grown as people and the following. You know, that's amazing, because I would honestly believe that those two would have been the cusp of a whole lot of other channels being created.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
To be honest.
yep.
Absolutely.
I know our kids love them, especially Casey. He loves
Tony's intro.
he does. We were talking to them the other day, and I sent them a video of Casey. He's like, I can't wait to meet him. When I do it, I'm gonna be like, hey, Tony, what's up? And they're the cutest thing ever. And he is so excited to be going on the group cruise with them, and it's awesome.
Larry is saying Lolita Loca was his first channel he started watching.
Mhm.
Who was first, Lolita Loca or Sharon at Sea?
We don't know.
We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Lolita Loca was first.
I'm thinking it was Sharon at Sea, but who was it? Sherry Sunset Travels, right?
No, Cruise Tips TV
Cruise Tips
was
TV,
probably
sorry. Yeah.
first.
They were the first. She started it all.
Cruise Tip TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sherry at Cruise Tips. Yeah. That's another great show.
Oh, she's great.
She's awesome. And then I would imagine that Ship Show came straight after Sharon at Sea.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause that's
that's part of it tomorrow. They were in the chat. They got their kickoff with an award ceremony.
Yeah.
They gave the existing channels, and they were hilarious awards that they handed out, and that's how they got their first live, and they became the Ship Show because I think the first time we watched them, they were on for like 5 minutes, and then they had technical problems. Second time, the same thing, and I think even the third time, same thing. So then they push it to the limits. They push the tech to the limits, and sometimes it doesn't go right.
And sometimes it's like
But when,
better than professional.
yeah, when it
TV
does
shows.
go right, it's like a professional production. So,
Sherry was saying, Sherry Olsen was saying, big channels like Lolita Loca give us all hope for the future.
Mhm.
Puppy the Cat says Don Terrace was the first channel she started with and grew to over 40. I find Don the most amazing person when it comes to the information he puts out.
Mhm.
And so it's too bad that he does not actually do live streams. Because I reckon a lot of his stuff would go down very well in a live.
Mhm.
I would imagine he's really very knowledgeable.
I'm not sure if Don was around before them too. So these are some of the questions we're going to be asking tomorrow.
Mhm.
That'd be awesome. Sailing Away with Tim K saying our first channel we got into was EECC.
Yeah, we love that too.
I've got a couple of questions I'd like you to ask Tony and Jenny, if you would.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the question is, it's a real big one. Have they ever heard of the Downunder cruiser?
Actually, he did. He talked about the Vegemite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who were you on with doing the Vegemite challenge?
We
Like
had, who did we have on? We actually, we were going to talk about Vegemite, and then Ronnie and Alma actually did the Vegemite challenge on their show.
Yeah, and you
somebody
were on, right?
We didn't actually, no, we went on that.
Oh, okay. He said there was an Australian channel. I thought it was you.
No, there was an Australian channel. It was a lady by the name of Anise. Anise and her husband David. Anise was doing. Anise lives up in just on the other side of our border, so just up near a place called Albury, and she's not well. Let's say I'm not a typical Australian because for me, Vegemite is axle grease. I would actually stick that in my diff to get the diff working properly. That's what there's no way known you get me eating that stuff. But no, she was having a go there and teaching people how to eat Vegemite with cheese and tomato. I can't think of anything worse. But that's me.
To travel and tour. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Oh, there, boy. Excellent.
Are they going somewhere?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Lucy. Say it.
Mexico.
Really?
I heard they might be going somewhere.
They have 2 days.
Really creative saying it. 2 days. Oh my goodness. Hi, Whitney. Welcome on board. Whitney. I haven't seen you in ages.
I know.
It's been a while. Yes, Blaine was that's right.
Blaine's picture at the top.
No.
Blaine, by any chance, do you remember what Anise's channel is called? I think it's, I don't know. I can't remember.
Like super stupid or something like that.
I'm going to shut up because I don't want to create a national.
What? We're going somewhere? Kimberly never told me.
Ronnie was saying that Anisa was on with us, teaching us how to eat it correctly. I don't know about eating it correctly. It's axle grease. Thank you. Whitney is saying hi to Sherry and Larry.
Ooh, you playing football today? Yeah.
Whitney is saying she's been in Vegas and have been preparing for school. That's fun. Hey, all you school teachers, folks, I take my hat off to you. Ilana used to be a primary school teacher. She's seeing that she's now made it to 22. She's decided to retire from teaching. You definitely have my sympathies. I know teaching is not easy, and yes, you do not work for 5 minutes. You guys do work pretty hard and pretty long, so you are the future of our children. So please keep doing the great, awesome job that you guys do.
Sharon.
Julie Ski said Sharon at C's oldest video is August 2016 and Lolita Loca is April 2017, but EECC is January 2016. So that's interesting stuff. Thanks for that, Julie. Life is Good Today says that it's cruising for stupid. Thank you.
Yeah, I know it's like something about stupid.
Yep. Good on you.
Folks, you have a rep or you gotta watch that.
That's interesting. Whitney's saying she's attempting to get her bachelor's in nursing, maybe even a master's. Wow. That's another industry, nurses. Whitney, you've got better guts than me, girl. I'm not going to go for the bachelor's, let me tell you. Too much like hard work. Folks, we've been having the most awesome afternoon brunch time with MGM Travel and Us and More. We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes, and I think it's about time we had time to do what we need to do, which is me make some lunch and you guys get some shut-eye. So I wanted to thank you guys and hope that we can catch up when you have come back from your where are you going again?
Mexico.
Can we have a chat when you get back from that Mexico trip and let us know how you went? Would that be okay with you guys?
That sounds great.
If they let us back in. Yeah.
if you were in Melbourne, we wouldn't let you out, let alone let you back in.
It's not time for shut eye. It's time to go watch the traveling tour and talk about Mexico.
That's right. The traveling tour are on in about 50 minutes, so we better get ourselves off so that they can get on. So, folks, thank you very much for joining us today. Hope you have an awesome
having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You take care.
Take care.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me and goodbye from you, and have a pleasant evening, folks.